Laguna's only FM, KX 93.5.
You're listening to KX 93.5, Laguna's only FM radio station. I'm Scott Hayes, and we are the Friendship Show. Hey, in the studio today, we have Rabbi Blue, formerly of the Blue Machine. Just to give you a quick background on Blue, he shared the stage with the likes of Lou Rawls, Buddy Rich, Dizzy Gillespie, I'm lisping there, Lena Horne, Sam Jones, Chick Corea, Sarah Vaughan, the Wailers, and so many others. Good morning, Blue. How are you?
Good morning, Scott.
It's good to see you with your beautiful voice and your beautiful face, my friend.
Just to remind you, I am the most beautiful man in the world.
And I would agree with that.
Next to you and all the significant others out there in radio land. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Hey, Louis Armstrong, I'm a big fan of his music, Blue. I know that you do several of his tunes in your shows and in your performances. One of my favorites is always What a Wonderful World.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I'm wondering if you can sort of grace us this morning early with sort of...
I don't know if I got that kind of voice this morning, but I'll see if I got it for you. I see trees of green, red roses too, yeah. Oh, I see them bloom, yeah, for me and you. And I say to myself, oh yeah, what a mazel tov world. Kick him on, kick him on. Oh yeah, I see skies of blue, yeah, yeah, clouds of white. It's a bright, blessed day in a Laguna Beach sight. And I say to myself, oh, what a mazel tov world, yeah, yeah. Oh, and I say to myself, shabba-daboo, what you do, what a mazel tov world. Oh, yeah.
Woo! Very nice. And so one of the themes I was hoping we could focus on this morning is sort of how music helps lift people's spirits, but also how music also helps people direct their lives, right? And music certainly had a major influence on the direction your young life took. From being in Arizona picking cotton to San Bernardino working the lawns to figuring out you have a talent, and you sort of developed that talent quickly, and by the age of 17 you were saying this morning you actually went out and started performing?
Well, I knew there was something in me. I was trying to sell my music, and I ran across the Lou Rawls organization, and I just kept pursuing him. And one day I went into his office, I heard him talking. I heard his voice. Ooh. Yeah, you'll never find another love. No, it wasn't that song, but, I heard that voice. So I said, you know what? If I ask for him, they probably won't let me see him. So I waited outside, the office door, and 5 minutes later, he came walking out.
Wow. And?
I said, hey, Mr. Rawls, I'm Blue, and I have some songs for you.
Really?
If you're interested. He says, oh, I didn't look like a guy that was a kid that was out, to do harm.
Right.
He says, well, can you come back tomorrow? And I say, yeah. So I came back the next day, and that's where it all started.
Little music in the background there. Jelani Diaz, by the way, Beautiful You. We'll come back to that. Thank you, Megan, for playing
I apologize.
that. No.
A little rusty.
All right, let's sort of catch people up to the Blue Machine, because I think most people will probably recognize you, your name, from the Blue Machine, because you guys were around for 20 years, up and down the Orange Coast. I mean, really, you had quite a following, quite a fanatical following, if you want to call it that. You guys were booked, you packed them in, and from my impression, one of the big reasons you were so popular was because of your stage presence.
Yeah, well, along with the gift of all those instruments, there was a gift of just being intervening with people with that gift. Making them happy, feel good, and our slogan was "Kick him on."
Kick him on.
Kick him on. That was the slogan. And I said, "What does that mean?" what does Kikimon mean? If you say Kikimon to some of the people that remember the Blue Machine, they say, oh yeah, that's the Blue Machine Band. That just means like mazel tov, excitement, congratulations, having a fun time. And that was our slogan.
I vaguely remember that you would start, at least when I sort of, became familiar with the Blue Machine, you sort of started in Margaritaville down in Newport during the afternoons, and then you'd sort of migrate down to South County in Laguna, and that night play at the White House.
Right.
You want to play a reggae, blues?
Well, this was always a common song for everybody to relate to. One love, one heart, let's get together, feel alright. See the people jamming, one love, oh yeah, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Hey mom, let's get together and feel alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let the money pass with this kicky mon remorse. There's one question I really love to ask you. Is there a place in Laguna, and like the White House, remember, who has had lots of music, and the reggae night in the hood? We say, one love, one about a one, let's get together and feel alright. See the people jamming, one love, oh yeah, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Oh, let's get together and feel alright. Oh yeah.
Whoa, very nice. We should mention that you were playing with such vigor at your age that one of the strings actually sort of popped on you.
It sure did.
So I want to talk a little bit about how you got there. We chatted a little earlier, and in, I'm guessing, the year 1999, 2000, you had what we'll term sort of an emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
And you went away for a little bit of period of time, and it was during that period of time that both your faith and music brought you to a new position in life.
Right. I equate it to like Moses. Moses was raised by Pharaoh. Then one day he realized something was extremely wrong, and he had no power to change it. But psychologically, he had a breakdown, and he ended up defending something that he felt was right. And when he defended it, he knew that he had to escape because his life was in danger. And he went away for 40 years, and it was his calling, and he went up to the burning bush and found out what he needed to do to go back to revive his sense of mind, sense of thinking, sense of purpose. And that's what happened to me. I had a psychological breakdown. It was devastating. It was a bombshell. And so that was a way that I call that the great Almighty would call my DNA, activate my DNA to that time and period in life. And I did. I was called to the Torah as a rabbi, as a philosopher of the of the Torah, and to have understanding of the Torah, equivalent to the great sages, who instituted their school of thought back in the days.
So you went away for about 2.5 years.
Two and a half years, get my mind back together, and it was wonderful to see me coming out of that back to my senses, greater senses.
Good.
Greater senses, character and all the other bugs.
Blue, and that's true. Having seen you perform countless times, no matter what mood I was in when I went to that performance, as soon as I saw you on stage, as soon as I saw you do your thing, I was immediately gratified by that experience, You want to play a song with a little Yiddish twist to it and give us a sense of...
I'm trying to get this thing tuned up here.
Okay, while you're tuning.
See there?
We love hearing tuning over the radio
Yeah.
station. Nothing better.
Yeah.
Makes it sound like there's something important going on.
Yeah, because when one string goes out, they all go out.
Right. So we're listening to Rabbi Blue, formerly of the Blue Machine, like you've never heard him before. He's back. He's back from 2.5 years of being away, and he's just as engaging as he's ever been. Here he is, if he's ready, Mr. Blue.
Here we go. La 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 la. Oh, see my toe, mother toe. Here we go. La 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 la. Oh, see my toe, mother toe. Here we go. Mother toe. Oh, lie, 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 lie. You're my God. I thank you. Yeah, our creator of heaven and earth, oh, and I exalt you. Kiliato, Veadeka, Ilokai, Arome, Meka.
Woo!
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov! That's beautiful. That's beautiful.